Afield. Every week, Kentucky Afield brings you features on hunting and fishing across the state.
What a nice fish.
An opportunity to hopefully get that bird in the lake.
Hey, we got another one over here.
There he is. Ooh, a nice one too. Boy, he's healthy.
What do we got?
That was awesome. Got the first kill. Barely made it out of the field.
Got one big smallmouth.
Very nice.
Double point, they're in there. There they go.
Look at that joker. Woo!
That's a good one there.
Look at that.
Beautiful.
Whoa, this is a good one.
That's better than good, Chad.
Hello and welcome to Kentucky Afield. I'm your host, Chad Miles. Join us as we journey the Commonwealth in search of outdoor adventure. Turkey season is right around the corner, and to get you excited, we're going to take a look back at our 2024 turkey hunt. Then, we're going to head out to a wildlife management area with biologists as they treat invasive plant species from the air. But first, we're going to head out on a squirrel hunt with some impressive dogs. This morning, we're in Henry County, Kentucky, and we're doing something that I really enjoy doing, and that is squirrel hunting with dogs. But these aren't just normal dogs, are they?
No, they're a little different.
Tell me what type of breed of dog you've got here and kind of what they're trained to do.
So, Knockout here, he is a tree and cur, and we strictly just competition hunt, basically. They're not your typical mountain feist. When you cut them, they're going. They don't come back to you.
You guys breed these dogs and raise these dogs just for competition?
Yeah, we're looking for the next big winner.
So when you talk about competition hunting, so you turn these dogs loose and they're going to go out and try to find a squirrel, and then how does that work from there?
So basically we'll draw out in the morning, and you'll draw out to compete with two other guys and or women, and you have an hour and a half.
Okay.
So in that hour and a half, it's all about which dog trees the most squirrels in that hour and a half.
Okay.
So if you win that one, you advance to the next round, and it's basically what they call a full elimination. You'll go from round to round to round till you get down to final, just 3 left, and that'll be the final.
So you guys, this isn't just Kentucky, you're traveling all over for this?
Yeah, we leave in 2 weeks, go to Mississippi. We've been to Michigan, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, everywhere.
Wow. And there's actually, there's a lot of money in this, isn't there?
Yeah. There's a lot of money in it. You can really do well.
Squirrel competition's really big in Kentucky?
Yeah, we travel. Actually, LBL, Land Between the Lakes,
Yeah.
They have one of our biggest hunts of the year. They have a junior world and a big world hunt.
Okay.
And was it 3 years? 3 years ago, they had 63 dogs, and we actually finished 1, 2, 3 at the world.
Wow. Tell me this dog's name again.
Pleasant Home Pearl.
She seems to be the one that's a little more docile this morning, but she's ready to go, huh?
Yeah, well, don't let that fool you.
She's just easy to handle, huh?
She's a little over 8 years old now, so she's calmed down a little, but she don't act like an 8-year-old when you cut her loose. Especially if there ain't nothing moving.
Oh yeah, she covers a lot of ground.
Yes,
huh?
yes.
I have hunted behind feist and curs. This is the first time on a tree and cur, so I'm excited to see how these dogs do. It's different when you get in the field with people who, when you see how people that raise hunting dogs, the love and the attention that you give to these dogs.
Oh yeah.
I mean, these are like family members, aren't
Oh
they?
yeah. We spend a lot of time with them.
Our families are big hunters.
Yeah.
Our whole family is big hunters. So this is like a family tradition for us.
Oh yeah. They're beautiful dogs, I will say that. And you can tell they're well bred and ready to go.
Good to go.
You guys say the word. Having 3 dogs is just like a competition right
This
right
basically
now.
the same, everything's the exact same right now.
This is like a training competition for you guys right now. Kind of have a bark like a coon dog, don't they?
Yeah. That's why we've bred them the way we do, so we can hear them. Where they hunt so deep, you got to be able to hear them.
So the initial barks that we're hearing right now, is that indicating anything?
That and there's red hot.
They'll be treed here in just a second. They don't.
They see that one's red hot.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So they go into a different bark when they're actually
So
treed?
them big long balls right there, that's mine coming treed.
Okay.
Yeah. When he does those big long balls like that, that's him basically showing treed.
Okay. Well, that took what, about 30 seconds?
Yeah, somewhere in there.
I noticed you were carrying a thermal monocular too. I guess that's a really good way to.
Yeah, a lot of times like we go down south or anywhere down in there, trees down there are monstrous and see a lot of pines. So I mean, having that, find, you know, just one in a pine, or, you know, even being able to just find where to locate, you know, it can pay for itself basically.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because if you're training dogs, it's really nice to know, is there really a
If they're
squirrel
really
there? I
there,
can't see it, physically see it with my eyes, but if that'll help you find one, it helps your training, doesn't
Yep,
it?
yep. I mean, it'll even show heat coming out of a den, you know, that kind of thing, so.
Yeah.
If one of us get beat out, say we go to a hunt and one of us get beat out, a lot of times we'll stay. Like if he advances, or if I advance, or Josh advances, we'll stay and we'll go and help. And we'll take the thermals and we'll run the thermals while he's handling the dog. You know, we can find the squirrel quick.
Because you got a time limit, so you got 5 minutes when you get treed after you handle to find it.
Okay.
So it's just
Oh,
something to help speed up the process.
Absolutely. So I can understand that, yeah. That makes sense. Well, you guys let me know how long you...
We're ready. We'll go to this one here first. We got
right.
Cat's treed right here.
This is a little different squirrel hunting than the way I was raised, sitting in there, being real quiet, waiting for a squirrel to come out. Man, you cut these dogs loose, and it sounds like we got 3 squirrel opportunities within minutes. One's right here. You ready?
Ready to go.
All right, we're gonna see if we can't get this one out of here.
Got him, good shot.
There he comes.
Good shot.
Thank you.
Nice young gray.
There you go. I tell you what, if you like eating squirrels,
Don't get no better than that.
perfect. Nice young gray.
Yep, good start.
That is a good start. There we go.
I'd say we go over here to this next one, we'll have another one.
I've already got dogs on another tree ready to go, so we're gonna load this squirrel up in the got a game pouch here and go see what this next dog has. You already see it?
That big left limb up there about 20 feet from the top.
I think I see it.
You got him.
There he comes. Good shot.
There we go.
Good shot.
Well, thank you. Look at there, got a male squirrel there. We got another dog on a tree already, don't we?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go.
See him there in that fork?
I do not see it.
He's right there to the right, on the right side of that limb.
Oh, yeah, I see it. Nothing like getting out and working your dogs. Get a little target practice. Taking home a mess of squirrels for the table. That's a perfect morning. There's very few things that take you back to your childhood than this right here. Now, when you were a young kid, did you use dogs then too?
Oh yeah.
Oh, so you've been using dogs your entire life?
I've had dogs my whole entire life. Beagles, some kind of squirrel dog, coon dog or something.
All right, well, let's regroup and see what we got.
Everybody good?
And the race is on.
Cat's treed, Squirrel's treed. I think Michael's about to get,
Yeah.
Well, which one do you guys think we ought to go to first?
they're closer.
Okay.
Squirrel's in that second tree. That's his first one. He's about, you can barely,
Oh, I think I see him.
he's on the right side.
Yeah, I see him. I see him right there.
There's 2 squirrels.
There's 2?
Yeah, there's 2. There's one right below that one on my side.
Well, okay.
Good shot.
You guys saying there's a second squirrel in here? Wait a minute, I think I see him. Oh yeah, you guys look up, you see where the Right up there where it kind of splits, it's on the right-hand side. You see that squirrel up there?
Shot.
2 for 1. Now, do you get bonuses on that?
It don't count. I wish it did sometimes.
Squirrel number 2, it's a male.
Another gray squirrel there.
You see it? Is it in that cedar tree?
He's just sitting there, Chad. If you go right up the hill there, you should be able to see him. See that little nest in this tree?
Yeah.
He's sitting right above it.
All right.
You hit it, I heard it thud.
Uh-oh.
Get him again.
You better get him another shot.
That got him.
Well, Michael, I have to tell you one thing. That is the quickest limit of squirrels I've ever killed. And I've hunted some pretty good spots that had a bunch of squirrels in it, but literally just walking from tree to tree chasing these dogs, that's 6 and...
Well, I can probably pretty much tell you by this. We've been on the ground about 32 minutes.
32 minutes.
And that's from walking, we walked, what, 250 yards before we ever got loose.
I'll tell you what, these dogs are absolutely amazing. And you hear them, they're ready to go.
Yep.
They do this all day, wouldn't they?
Oh, yeah, yep.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of times we have to hunt 3 rounds a day, so, you know,
Yeah.
they got to be in good shape and they're ready.
I am done, but I'd like to see the dogs tree again if you want to cut them loose.
Yep, we'll get them gathered up. We'll get around the point there and cut them back loose.
What a fun day.
Yep.
Thank you. Are you ready for the spring turkey season? It comes in this year on April the 12th, and now it's time to get ready.
This morning, on the way to my first setup, there were 2 toms already in the field that just hit the ground, full strut. I didn't even get to make it all the way there. I had to sit down and try to call them a little bit, but there were also some hens. I couldn't see the hens, but I could tell the way they were acting. They kept making their way down this direction, so that ridge line right there is where I was set up, about 400 or 500 yards away. The birds were coming this way, so I made a move to try to get out in front of them. If there were those hens, they may go quiet for an hour or 2, and that's totally common when turkey hunting. So hopefully I'm out in front of them. I'll give a little bit of calling here and there, and hopefully when they finish up with those hens, I can get them to move to this field. This is a great hidden little field, perfect area for turkeys to pick bugs or whatever. And hopefully I can get them in this field. If I can get them in this field and they work this field edge, they'll get in range.
Bird right there.
What's that?
Right over the ridge line. Its head is popping
Oh,
up.
yeah. That's a gobbler, too. Strutting up. There we go. Oh. He's looking for us. Look how beautiful that bird, how much color it has. Oh, we've got birds gobbling all around. This little field is a perfect spot for these birds to strut. Now that bird was walking off and now he's coming our way, at least 120 yards away right now. I can't tell how long the beard is, but it doesn't matter. That's a mature gobbler right there. in the 60-yard range right now. We've got a bird that just walked barely on the edge of range to my right. I can't see him right now because of this tree, but a second bird is making its way from my extreme left. So literally got birds on both sides of the field right now. This could happen. Look right here. We got a hen coming out right here. That's better than a decoy as long as you don't drag them away. There's 3 of them stepping in the field. All right, they're bunched up. As soon as the one in the rear clears, I'm gonna shoot the one in the back. All right, the one in the back. Ready? Yep, go for it. Look, watch this. They're gonna kick the crap out of that bird. Watch it. This is real typical in turkey behavior. When one bird seems wounded, the other ones just try to start beating the crap out of it, and that's what you got. You got 2 dominant turkeys that are trying to show their dominance over the wounded bird. Oh my God. I'll tell you what, that's what makes turkey hunting so exciting. Here we sat up here and thought that we missed our chance. We had that tom work its way all up the field, veered off to the right, didn't get a shot, but we heard these birds gobbling. And they came in and it turned out to be 3 birds. They paraded right out in front of us, standing side by side. Had a rough time trying to pick out which one I was gonna get a clean shot at. Finally got an opportunity, bird stuck its head up, pulled the trigger, and the other 2 started flogging it. What an awesome start to this turkey season. All right, there those other birds go. All right, let's go out there and check out the bird. Oh, there it lays. Oh man. Well, what a nice, beautiful, mature gobbler. It's got a pretty nice beard on it. All 3 of these birds were about exactly the same size. I didn't care which one I took. I just wanted to make sure it was a nice, clean shot where I only got 1. Big, beautiful fan on this bird. What an awesome start to the season. You know, it's early, got a long season, may try to get out and take another bird, but if I don't see another turkey the rest of the season, this year has been a blast.
Managing invasive plant species can be tough, but biologists with the Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife have a new tool for this process.
We're here on Rock Castle River Wildlife Management Area in Pulaski County. The prior land use on this property was strip mining, and during that, especially during the reclamation stage, oftentimes landowners will use fast-growing species to put back on the landscape. In some instances, especially previously, they've used species that are non-native invasive species.
So in June of 2023, we started a fairly extensive invasive species removal project. We rented a dozer and actually spent a month dozing out autumn olive, bush honeysuckle, multiflora rose, and basically just piling up these invasive species.
To eliminate or reduce the amount of autumn olive specifically on this property, doing one thing alone is not going to be the answer. We've got to follow that up with other types of management practices. So prescribed fires, another tool that we're using, and then of course this herbicide treatment. And we're trying to adapt, you know, as things evolve and technology is coming along. And so we had the money to go ahead and fund this project to get the helicopter out here, do the aerial spraying. We did 330 acres of that, and then we followed that up with 65 acres of the drone treatment out here today. And it's just a really good way to get a good coverage of herbicide across the area, and it's a different technique, something that we haven't done in the past. So we can compare those two practices and just see which one's going to be the most efficient moving forward.
Non-native invasive species are really good at establishing quickly on the landscape. They can reproduce very quickly. They can also spread very rapidly and pretty much cover a landscape and smother out all of the native species.
If you don't get every single stitch of root out of that autumn olive, it will resprout. So the helicopter coming in, basically what we're doing is we can spray 333 acres fairly quick. We can get a landscape level impact for the habitat and for the local wildlife. So you're talking about a very large impact really quick.
Autumn olive is one of the most hardy plants and hard to kill plants out there. And he was able to run that thing with 95 gallons of herbicide in it, and he was treating about 20 to 25 acres at a time. And then he would run that herbicide out, come over, land it on top of the tanker truck, refill it. So we could see we're getting a good coverage of herbicide that's being treated.
Herbicide application with a helicopter has allowed us to address multiple acres. In the project that we've done this week, that would have taken us months on the ground if we were spraying it via tractor or if we were going in and actually cutting those down. So it's much, much more time efficient and then also cost efficient when you look at all the cost that is rolled into there. So helicopter application is definitely something that is going to benefit us at being able to address large acres of this species over time.
We're also spraying with the drone, and the drone is actually going to be used to spray a different type of invasive called Serratia lespedeza. It's more of an herbaceous weed that grows in these poor soils, and what it does is it basically takes over as well. It outcompetes all your native species and has zero benefit for wildlife.
The drone is going to treat a smaller area, but for situations like this, we had 65 acres here today. We could have never contracted that chopper to come over and do that because it's not worth their time. So drone comes over, they got a 25-gallon tank on it, you know, much smaller than what the chopper is. It's a slower process, but this guy's flying like 13 feet above the vegetation, same setup. He's got a tablet. We can see the transects he's flying. We keep the herbicide where we want it. And you can see in the video, I mean, he's getting awesome coverage on everything that we're spraying. And so it's another tool in the toolbox for us. If we're treating a smaller area, we can call on the drone to come in and do it. Or if we've got these bigger acreage plots, 300, 400, 500 acres or more, I think that's at a place, you know, where we want to use the chopper.
Not only are we addressing that acreage here on Rockcastle River WMA, but we're also looking to expand this and have done that on some of our WMAs in eastern Kentucky as well. The landscape is extremely similar, and unfortunately it's inundated with these non-native invasive species such as autumn olive and Serratia lespedeza.
Next step is we're actually going to come in next week once some of these weeds start dying down, and we're going to drill native warm season grasses and forbs. We have a lot of quail in this area, and there's not very good nesting cover or escape cover for those quail, which is what you need. So we're going to come back in, plant some native warm season grasses, which acts as their nesting cover, and then some forbs as well, which brings in those insects. It allows for good brood-rearing habitat for young poults, and it creates great browse for deer as well. So it's kind of a one-stop shop.
Once we get some native cover on the ground that's actually going to be a fire-tolerant species and it's going to allow us to run some hot fires through this, the thought process is that we're going to be able to set back these invasives over time. That way we can provide better habitat for all of our wildlife species. Now let's check in and see who else has been out having fun in this week's Ones That Didn't Get Away.
Check out this beautiful muskie that was caught by Michael Waters while fishing on Cave Run Lake.
Nice fish. 10-year-old Grayson Moore went fishing today and he caught this nice 13-inch rainbow trout while fishing at Mill Creek Lake. It's starting to feel like spring out here. And you know what that means? Our live turkey question and answer show is right around the corner. And remember, hunting and fishing on private property is a privilege. Always ask permission and thank the landowner. Until next week, I'm your host, Chad Miles, and I hope to see you in the woods or on the water.